Do you know there's a garden in New York City named after the famous actress Katharine Hepburn? Located in Dag Hammarskjold Plaza on East 47th Street, gateway to the United Nations, the Katharine Hepburn Garden is the largest public garden on the east side of midtown Manhattan. The naturalistic garden was designed by the park's architect, George Vilonikis, and upon completion in 1997, it was dedicated to the four-time Oscar winner, nature lover, sportswoman, and passionate gardener in a ceremony honoring her 90th birthday and her role as a good neighbor who fought to preserve the trees and charming character of the Turtle Bay neighborhood. Since then, thousands of plants have been added by the Friends of Dag Hammarskjold Plaza. Looking towards the United Nations, golden daffodils and white tulips dance in the breeze. Gorgeous panicles of hydrangea quercifolia spill over the iron fence that separates the front border from the woodland garden. Enter this woodland sanctuary in late spring, and bluebells greet you at the garden gate. Fragrant drifts of wild hyacinth form a carpet at your feet. The yellow flowers of Caria japonica are among the first shrubs to bloom, contrasting with the holly's dark green foliage. The garden contains stepping stones engraved with Hepburnisms, a source of support for the garden through sponsored stones and markers. Former Parks Commissioner Henry Stern is responsible for this handsome stag taking up residence in the garden. The commissioner placed animal sculptures throughout the city's park system. The feathery plumes in the foreground are goat's beard. Native Americans used the plant's roots as a medicinal. The steel latticework of the fountain pergolas provide an architectural backdrop for the naturalized plantings. Spring ephemerals will convince you that fairies do exist and inhabit the Katharine Hepburn Garden. Dog-toothed violets, not a cheery hello. Actually, a member of the lily family, this plant grows naturally in dark, open woodlands of the eastern USA. Bleeding heart, an old-fashioned perennial, magically blooms, then dies back to return each spring. The downy heads of the foam flower, Tiarella cordifolia, grace the garden path as it winds its way towards the center colonnade. Turkish tulips bloom in a rainbow of colors before the tree canopy fills in. Someone obviously approves. This small bench invites children to enjoy the garden. The winding path offers a closer look at the underplantings and myriad shades of green. Hostas come in many shades, sizes, and leaf shapes, and they're a staple landscaping plant for sites with little direct sunlight. Big Daddy Hosta, always a showstopper, with its blue wrinkled leaves, next to the classic gold standard Hosta fortunate. Groups of all ages enjoy touring the garden, and in growing season, there's always something to see. The tropical elephant ear can grow to 5 feet in one season. Caladiums in drifts of white and pink dazzle in the dense shade of summer. This bench, a gift from the Katharine Hepburn estate in Fenwick, Old Saybrook, Connecticut, is the centerpiece of the garden. These two monks came to Hammarskjold Plaza to demonstrate support for their Burmese brothers and enjoyed a moment of sanctuary. A tropical white caladium makes a pleasing combination with Solomon's seal or polygonatum, a plant native to the northeastern woodlands. Chrysanthemums signal the end of the growing season, providing colorful blooms as the birch trees turn gold and autumn leaves begin to fall. The garden will soon be put to bed. The stag stands watch as a blanket of snow covers the garden. The perennial plants will sleep through the winter in dormancy and return in spring in the wondrous cycle of nature.
This garden tour has been brought to you by the Friends of Dag Hammarskjold Plaza, a nonprofit organization dedicated to keeping the park clean and green. In closing, we thank the many volunteers who assist us in planting and tending the Katharine Hepburn Garden.